Hi, everyone. Good afternoon and Assalamualaikum. Welcome to our webinar. I'm Manjupri from Product Innovation Team of ATT Solution. I hope everyone has already eaten their lunch and are ready to participate in our webinar today. So today webinar will be super relaxed. So if you want to drink, if you want to eat while listening to the webinar, you can, because I believe that this is the topic will incite your curiosity to know about what is enterprise architecture, especially to people who are looking for an opportunity to upskill and reskill their skills in their IT career. So before I proceed, here are the 5 agendas that will be covered throughout the webinar session today. So today we are going to introduce you to everyone that ATT Solution has been approved under Yayasan Peneraju, one of Yayasan Peneraju program called ALTI, which is Approved Learning and Training Institution. So to those who don't know, Yayasan Peneraju is actually a foundation under Ministry of Economy who provides funding scheme for Bumiputra to upskill and reskill their career. So we've been approved by the Yayasan Peneraju is because we are offered 2 courses under 2 body of knowledge that are globally recognized. The first one is IASA. We are the sole distributor for all enterprise architecture training and certification programs in the Asia Pacific. Meanwhile, for the second body of knowledge, which is the Open Group, we are one of the accredited training provider in Asia Pacific that teach TOGAF and Archimate. So why enterprise architecture is the right approach to drive and digital transformation? I'm pretty sure that everyone here has heard about digital transformation. Digital transformation is not actually a new term in Malaysia, because a lot of organization has already starting or has going through the process of digitalization. So what is the relevancy of enterprise architecture and digital transformation? So let me give you an overview about what enterprise architecture really is. So enterprise architecture is a management approach in which organizations standardize and organize digital initiatives to align with business goals. So you can think of enterprise architecture as a connector between IT department and the business or operational side of the organization. I believe that everyone is familiar with one common problems in your workplace, which is the silo culture between the IT department and the operational department. Because IT department might say technology A is actually a good investment for the company, but the operational or the business department says that technology B is the right choice for the organization. So this problem actually disrupt the process of the organization because stakeholders wouldn't know what is the right technology to invest. And that is where enterprise architecture comes in to help. It helps to assist eliminating the culture. And by the adoption of enterprise architecture, the organization would not just reduce the silo culture, it's also increase the productivity and reduce the operational cost or investment of the organization. And the one thing that is good about enterprise architecture is it develops a roadmap of projects that helps the organization to meet the business goals. Because we know that a lot of with the digitalization, a lot of projects will go concurrently, and enterprise architecture will keep the projects to go smoothly and concurrently. So why the enterprise needs architecture? So I think a lot of people would question like why this organization need why your organization need enterprise architecture. So with the adoption of enterprise architecture framework, it will actually help your stakeholders to make informed decisions that drive future business success. So it will help to give a structure in terms of making a decision instead of just random or ad hoc and consistent. So what makes enterprise architecture so unique? Because, like I just said, it involves not just IT department or business department. It involves all department because it sees the organization is one entity that comprises of a lot of departments. So whether you're from IT department or you're from business department, there is always room for you to play a part in enterprise architecture. If you are wondering about the landscape of an enterprise architecture in Malaysia, actually, enterprise architecture is not a new term also in Malaysia because in the year 2020, Bank Negara Malaysia has issued a policy called Risk Management in Technology, where financial institutions are encouraged to establish enterprise architecture framework to provide a holistic view of technology throughout the financial institution. It will help mitigate the risk because when everything has gone through digitalization, we will expose ourselves with new threats such as cybersecurity, downtime issue, and so on. So enterprise architect with the adoption of enterprise architecture framework, you will actually learn how to mitigate, how to govern those risks. So Bank Negara Malaysia has introduced enterprise architecture to help financial institutions in Malaysia to reduce all those problems. And also by our government, they already introduced enterprise architecture framework called MyGovEE. Same like the policy that's been introduced by Bank Negara Malaysia, MyGovEE framework also has been introduced to a lot of departments and agencies by the government to ensure that our country, our nation, will go along with the digitalization that is happening globally. So we're not going to be left behind. We are going to move forward along with the other developing countries and also the first world countries. As you can see here in the screen, uh, Microsoft Enterprise Architecture framework covers four domains, which is the business architecture, data architecture, application architecture, and technology architecture. So like I just mentioned earlier, in the government sector, our government has already initiated the MicroVA by Jabatan Digital Negara, which was previously known as MAMPU. And then in the financial sector, Bank Negara Malaysia has issued a policy called RMIT. And then enterprise architecture is also being implemented in government-linked corporations such as Petronas and Tenaga Nasional Berhad. And also, it's not really a new framework. It's because in our private sectors, a lot of organization has already implemented enterprise architecture to help them to digitalize their process. So if any of you who are interested to know more about enterprise architecture and wanting to embark your journey as an enterprise architect, so here are the pathways that we have mapped to the skills framework. So according to a report by Glassdoor, enterprise architecture actually ranked number one best job in America in 2022, as you can see in your screen. And then a government agency called Workforce Singapore uh, has stated that business analyst, which is the entry level of the career pathways to become an enterprise architect, as the number one emerging job opportunities in the information and communication sector in Singapore. So all of these skills, all of the pathways, the career pathways of an enterprise architect were actually mapped from the uh, global skills framework that's been adopted by the UK and Australia called Skills Framework for the Information Age, and in Singapore, Skills Framework for Infocom Technology. But in Malaysia, we also have our own skills framework, which has been introduced by HRD Corp in collaboration with MDEC and PCOM, where you can go and also check in the website. Now, move on to our certification training courses that we offer. So we have a program called Upskill and Reskill program. And under this program, we have three pillars, which the first pillar is blue pillars, yellow pillars, and the red pillars. So the blue pillars have two courses that we offer, which are business technology requirement architecture, where it enables you to master skill sets to gather the right business technology requirement. And then architecture competency, where it enables you to justify to the stakeholders about the return of investment of the enterprise architecture initiatives that the organization need. So the blue pillar is actually for the people who are wanting to embark their journey in enterprise architecture. So for the yellow pillar is actually for the people who already practicing architecture in their daily life in the enterprise architecture environment. It's more in depth and more specialized because we offers business architecture, information architecture, and so on. And also we also provide offer courses from the TOGAF framework as well. And for the red pillar is actually for the people who are already leading a team of architects. So all of these courses that we offer are actually claimable under the HRD Corp funding scheme. And the highlighted courses in the red box are actually the courses that approved for the Yayasan Peneraju Funding Scheme. So now I'm going to play a video to explain more about our
Hi, welcome to ATD's
program.
Digital Enterprise Architecture Upskilling and Reskilling programs. As you know, enterprise architecture is a strategic discipline that requires the involvement of key stakeholders from various facets of an organization to ensure its success. This includes stakeholders such as CXOs, who define the business and technology strategy, as well as people from IT and business departments who are involved in requirements and IT solution delivery. Among these, there are a group of architects who play a crucial part in shaping the overall architecture. There are 5 main architect roles. The business architect creates and refines business architecture and owns business technology strategies. He is a digital strategist who knows technology and business. The information architect creates and refines information architectures and owns the data dictionary or taxonomy governance. She is an information strategist and designs the information structures to support the business. The infrastructure architect creates and refines infrastructure architectures and owns the server topology, network infrastructure, and data center environment to ensure business continuity plan. He is a technology strategist and designs the technology landscape to support the business. The software architect creates and refines software architectures and owns the application components and connectivity. She is an application strategist and designs the application patterns to support the business. The solution architect creates and refines solution architectures and owns the system implementation governance. She is an IT strategist and designs the architecture solution for the system development and implementation to support the business. Now, these architects possess 4 areas of competencies: framework, tools, skill set, notation. Let's illustrate the 4 areas of competency in the context of cooking. In enterprise architecture, frameworks give guidelines on how to set up an enterprise architecture office. The TOGAF and Zachman Enterprise Architecture Framework are some examples. Like the cooking equipment and utensils, in enterprise architecture, we also use tools to facilitate the modeling of organization and develop the digital enterprise architecture blueprint. With tools, all artifacts and components of enterprise architecture can be connected, and it provides a connected view for organization. The example of common tools in the market are BizDesign, BOC, Adoit, and Adonis, and Orbus Infinity. While the recipe gives you step-by-step instructions, it also assumes that you know how to cook. With the same recipe, different people might produce different results. Those who are more culinary experienced will have better results. Similarly, in enterprise architecture, an architect needs to have the relevant skill to carry out the jobs. The IASA Business Technology Architecture Body of Knowledge, in short BTBOK, has the most comprehensive skills defined for all domain of architects. The notation is the universal measurement for cooking. Any recipe will use universal measurements. For example, liquid will be measured in ml or salt in teaspoon. For enterprise architecture, the open standard for notation is called the Archimate, which is an open language under the Open Group. With all the skills in mind, the upskilling and reskilling program will help you to build your career with enterprise architecture. If you would like to start embarking on the enterprise architecture journey as an aspiring architect, you may want to start with the fundamental skills in business IT alignment using the enterprise architecture concept. The Business Technology Requirement Architecture, or BTRA, in short, is a course that demonstrates the key benefits and strategic values of integrating IT architecture into a business by blending best practices in business requirement architecture. The architecture competency strives to develop the competencies based on the 5 foundational pillars of IASA BTBOK to distinguish key architecture concepts and apply industry frameworks to define the business IT capabilities. The outcome is that you will understand how to align IT solutions with the organization's business goals. If you need to practice any architecture domains and would like to advance to the next level of specialization as a practitioner architect, you may want to look into the Enterprise Architecture Core and one of the 5 EA specializations, such as Business, Information, Infrastructure, Software, and Solution Architecture. In addition, Business Technology Strategy is a course that aligns communication across business units and implement effective technology strategies, which is a critical skill for all practitioner architects. To set up an enterprise architecture office, you need an EA framework. One of the most widely adopted EA framework is the Open Group TOGAF. This course allows you to learn to streamline EA design across domains with a unified framework. Last but not least, the Archimate EA Foundation and Practitioner helps you understand the principles and concepts of EA notation. The learning outcome as a practitioner architect is that you will be able to develop the architecture blueprint by mastering EA framework, tool, skill set, and notation. If you are leading a transformation team and running the enterprise architecture office, there are 2 certifications that you can be awarded with. The IASA CETA Professional Certification is conducted through an online or in-person experience-based interview by peers, assessing candidates' architecture and industry expertise. It provides credibility and assurance to employers that CETA professionals are able to practice as successful architects on the largest projects or programs. CETA Distinguished Certification is bestowed upon top business and technology architects, validated by a community of practicing architects through a professional association, by passing a board of 4 reviewers and a moderator. Finally, there is the TOGAF Enterprise Architecture Leader course. This course ensures that the architects possess knowledge and understanding of how to establish an enterprise architecture capability based on established best practices. The learning outcome is that you will be able to lead the EA team and develop digital strategies to achieve organizational goals. So, whether you're an aspiring architect, a practitioner architect, or an architect leader, there's a seat at the architect's table for you. Embrace the journey, elevate your skills, and become the maestro of enterprise architecture. For HRD Corp registered companies, All enterprise architecture training courses are claimable for up to 100% by HRD Corp. SBL cause funding. If you would like to find out more, visit www.8tdsolution.com. We will be more than happy to be your partner in your enterprise architecture journey. See you soon.
Okay, that's all from me. So if you have any more questions or any more inquiries, you can leave your questions in the comment section, and then our team will try to answer, or it will be answered at the end of our webinar session. Thank you, everyone.